Imagine this. You're in a car, speeding down the highway, rolling hills of beige rocks, sand, and pure, raw desert surround you. The biggest city is over an hour away, and this land is occupied by small and scarce settlements. On a good year, this land will get 47 millimeters of rain, less than 2 inches. Despite all this land is dominating in agricultural developments with new innovations, ideas, and inventions being mass-produced on the daily. This is the story of the Negev Desert in Israel, a wasteland to the naked eye that is flourishing in ecological advancements. This is a salad. Looks like we've got some lettuce in this salad, maybe some spinach, some tomatoes and strawberries. One morning, I will have this in my lunch for school. But the ingredients in this salad have a complex backstory as to how it got there. So let's start from the beginning. Where did the ingredients for my salad come from? First, the lettuce and spinach. Now, these vegetables were grown in Kibbutz Lotan, a small community in southeastern Israel on the border of Jordan. One of the big problems with growing food in the desert is in a lot of areas there isn't any dirt. Kibbutz Lotan has solved this problem by mass-producing compost to grow their food in. All kitchen scraps are recycled into dirt for their gardens. The water they use is recycled in the kibbutz, and food scraps that aren't used for compost are used in biogas, meaning they make their own methane for cooking. Kibbutz Lotan is so unique because they have mastered the chemistry of being self-sustaining in the desert. We know where my lettuce and spinach come from, but what about my strawberries? The Negev is known for coming up with some pretty crazy ways to grow fruits and vegetables, like at the Center for Ramat HaNegev Desert Agriculture. Here, they do something pretty unique. Instead of growing strawberries in the ground, they grow them from the ceiling. This allows scientists at the research facility to more easily access the roots of the plants, while also regulating which plants come in contact with one another. This also provides for a pretty tasty treat when you visit. In our salad, we also have some cherry tomatoes. Although not actually an Israeli invention, Israeli scientists perfected the modern cherry tomato in the mid-1970s at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. Now, cherry tomatoes have become a huge part of Israeli agriculture. Many places in the Negev have perfected the growing of cherry tomatoes, where they grow ceiling-high rows of them. Their secret to this cherry tomato palace? Drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is a pipe system that regulates the watering of plants directly to the roots. Invented in Israel in the 1960s, drip irrigation can reduce a farmer's water usage by up to 60%, a huge number when you live in the desert. So that's the story of my salad. And you're probably sitting here thinking to yourself, Heather, that's a great story and all, but why do I care? As climate change progresses, we are seeing big impacts in farming all over the world. Less accessible water, drier landscapes, overpopulation, and rapidly warming climates are all problems that farmers are facing around the globe. However, the Negev Desert has always been a barren landscape. Farmers have already cultivated the desert and are spreading their knowledge around the globe. Farmers are partnering with India to help startup farms learn how to deal with hot climate and scarce access to water. Partnerships are also blossoming in Africa and Eastern Asia, where agricultural experts are showing African communities how to farm with the bare minimum. The Negev is showing the world how farming can be done in rapidly changing climates, and they're taking the world by storm. Now, I've told you why you should care, but why do I? I'm not Israeli, I have zero farming experience, and I'm a teenage girl that lives halfway across the globe. To begin my talk, I started with the visual of a car speeding down the highway looking over pure, raw desert. That girl was me. Back in December 2022, I spent a month in Israel with my school getting to explore the Negev. I went to school in the Negev, stayed on farms in the Negev, and got to explore so many different agricultural research facilities. But above all else, I met the people. I met the people who can attribute their whole life to drip irrigation. I've met the people who have moved halfway across the globe to live on small farming communities. And I've met the people who can attribute their whole life to farming in the desert. Nothing can compare to this experience. So when I say I care, I really do, because I've met the people. My experience in the Negev has taught me one thing. Everything has potential. If no one had tried to farm in the Negev over 100 years ago, you would be missing out on the greatest agricultural research hub in the world. Sometimes in science, all you need is someone stupid enough to invent the most intellectually advanced thing, like in the Negev. Being able to seek out potential and take a leap of faith is a huge life skill to have. So next time you see something that you don't believe in, give them a shot. You'd be surprised how nothing can give you everything. Thank you for coming.